Hey there guys, Nate here again with the Volunteer Tech Vlog on the Live Sound 101 YouTube channel. Keep my eyes on the road. So, I wanted to chat about a second thing that was pretty cool this week, is I got to chat with Nathan Lively of Sound Design Live. Sound Design Live. Gotta listen to his podcast, you'll get that. Nathan, he goes by, I go by Nate, he goes by Nathan. Very, very interesting fellow, cool guy to chat with. And the reason why it's cool to chat with him and have him on the AVShopTalk podcast is because interviewing a podcaster is kind of a cool thing if you're a podcaster, because like he totally knows what I'm thinking, he gets it, like it's very cool. It was a very cool experience for me. Like we shared a lot. We have like a ton of stuff in common too, which was kind of creepy actually. I mean, obviously we share the same name, and we share the same birthday as well. And you know, he started off doing kind of sound for theater, and that was kind of one of the places where I started doing sound. And we've got all these like little things that we share in common, which is kind of cool. But he's been doing this podcast, Sound Design Live. Check it out, sounddesignlive.com. He's been doing it for about 5 years now. He's got about 60 episodes recorded, but he's also got like over 145,000 downloads over the last 5 years, which for a podcaster, I'd say that's pretty good. Those are some pretty good numbers there. You just imagine like what a YouTube video could do, or you compare that to YouTube, and podcasting is like a long form thing. It's different, and he's got a niche. This is very focused. So, I mean, it would not be, I mean, if you're in any live sound circle and you mention the name Nathan Lively, you know, people are probably going to recognize that name, which is kind of a cool thing. So he's built up a name for himself. He does career coaching, focused on the audio professional, so that's very focused. But it's like, how many people do that? So, you know, it's pretty easy to be recognized for that. And I'm not saying what he's doing is easy, but it's such a narrow focus. It's very, very interesting. So he does sound design, career coaching. He's the author of an ebook, and he does a lot of webinars. But he's been able to line up some really cool guests, like, you know, Bob McCarthy from Meyer Sound there, Larry Crane, Bob Lentini. I thought it was interesting hearing him interview Bob Lentini, because Lentini is the guy from RMA Labs who invented SAC, Software Audio Console. So if you've watched any of my vlog videos, you know I mentioned Software Audio Console, because that's the tool that we have and use at the church. So that was interesting to hear a little bit from Bob Lentini. But yeah, great chat with Nathan. I actually recorded 2 episodes with him. So we're going to be, the first one we recorded will be published the 1st of next month. So April 1st it'll go live, and it's going to be on sound system tuning. Kind of an introduction and some tips and tricks and approaches to sound system tuning. Really just focusing on some of the basic things. There's a lot that could be said when it comes to sound system tuning. Audio is complicated. I don't care what anyone says. It is complicated, whether you've got a small room, a big room, a room with a sub, without a sub. There's a lot going on that you got to think about. And one of the things we talked about was that audio is invisible. You know, with screens, with visual technology, you've got, you know, test patterns you can put up, and there's things that you can do. With lights, you can see where lights are focused. Not so with audio. You can hear audio, but you can only hear audio with a set of ears in a specific location in the room. And if you adjust the mix for that specific location, or you tune the system for that specific location, and then you walk to the back of the room, it's not going to sound the same. Coverage is a huge part of it. Even coverage from front to back, where it's not, you don't have these swells and hot spots where it gets really loud. And also where you can hear the whole frequency spectrum. Like, you don't want to just hear the low end really well or the high end really well. You want, whatever you're going for, you want to be able to tune that room to meet your tuning goals, whatever those goals are that you decide they are. So it was an interesting chat with Nathan about that. And then we had a second little session where we talked more about his AV career spotlight. So that's we've got like the Shop Talk episode and then like the career spotlight episode to kind of chronicle his journey and how he came up and is where he is now. So very cool. Just wanted to throw that out there. What's coming with the AV Shop Talk podcast. You can head over to avshoptalk.com if any of that sounded interesting.